Gonna be the big main garden there. Not looking too crazy yet. Still early. Lots of blueberries down here. Probably can't see them yet, but big garlic bed. There's some tomato seeds in there. Random little tomatoes I like to grow with them. Potatoes. All this rock here, or pea gravel, was put in because this area floods. And there's huge drainage through here. To try and help it out, we had to put all raised beds in here to continue growing, because a couple times a year we have flooding. Can't walk down here. This seems to work out perfect. As you can see, those boxes of potatoes are just doing fantastic. A couple different varieties in there. You have a bed there in the middle with peas and radishes, and I cram-packed that full of every single square foot filled to the brim. Try to maximize every inch of space to grow as much food as possible. We've got beans here growing along here. I'm not looking too good. Something started eating them yesterday, and I have no idea what it is. Can't figure it out. Got lots of carrots. I overwintered these. Not sure what would happen, but they are doing wonderful. We've already picked some, thinned some out, eat some daily. Random onion that came up right there. That under there has one single cauliflower in it. Trying to do something about the cauliflower moth, the moths that come for the cabbage and stuff. Trying a new technique to see if it works. We have different little tiny, not so great cabbages yet, but they will be. We have hope. Keep trying. Marigolds, rosemary. A lot of this stuff I grew myself. My seedlings this year did not come up well like they normally do. We have 3 strawberry beds. And back in the corner back there is some rhubarb. Started off with just 2 little plants, and it's just looks amazing. Little bug house back there to call in the beneficial insects. Bought a lot of these little spinners from the Dollar Tree. Shout out to Dollar Tree. I love them. They deter the birds from coming in here and taking things. They do not like the reflection of that at all. Here's another little bed. It's got some cauliflower in there. Some, I don't even know if we have a couple little celery plants. Again, still early in the year. Just right back there is a whole row of red raspberries. And that's our extra dirt and rock here. This section we're going to put logs in, fill it with compost, and run a big long bed down with a walkway in between for more garden beds. Trying to do a different technique. Trying to use something different, something free with all the cost of lumber right now. And as you can see, we have a lot of woods and we have a lot of trees down in there. So we're just gonna utilize what nature gives us and pull those out here and put them along this rock to keep this rock in, and put a garden bed in. And that's our biggest raspberry bush, red raspberry bush. We have black raspberries all in the woods in there, so we try to keep everything separate so that we don't have any problems with them. but that one's doing really well. There's a lot of flowers and little buds on there. And that back there is corn, pumpkin. And on this side, we also put some cucumbers, and then all along the back we put sunflower seed in. So showing it to you now, it's just starting to come up. A couple weeks it'll be full. Back there's our chickens, chicken house. We've had such a problem with predators around here, we had to build them a fortress around them to, we've lost quite a few roosters protecting the hens, so we do what we can do to keep our hens safe and our roosters safe. We got a new rooster. He does his job well. Back there we got some grapes, grapevines, quite a few actually. They're doing really well, so we'll walk back there and I'll show you. The sun's beautiful today. It's not too hot yet, so it's perfect. There's corn coming up. And this is an open pollinated. I like to use open pollinated if I can. Just starting to come up. We've already got some good leaves on there. We did not trim these back last year. We should have, but we did not. I'm not sure if that's going to make a huge difference this year. We'll see. We got so many grapes off of it last year, and that was the first year we had seen anything, and this is the third year these grapevines have been in. We've got a couple different varieties in here. I left some tags. Some tags, of course, were taken by we've got green. We've got, which are seedless. Got some purple down on this end. Green's our favorite, but I do enjoy some purple, the Concord grapes. That's what they're called, the Concord grapes. Those aren't as big as the other ones, but they still put on quite a few. So that whole row goes all the way down. And yes, these are low. I mean, my head would whack that. But my husband put them down that way because I am a lot shorter than him, and if not, then I possibly might not be able to reach anything. So he was thinking of my height and the kids and helping pick things, and we're of course going to run some more wiring along this top so they can climb up here and keep airflow going. There's a different view, a different side of the garden. That's our big corn. That corn's looking really good, and it's only been in 7 days. It's looking really good so far. So compost, we started doing our own compost. We had just so much clean out from the chickens, and compost, another thing that's starting to climb in price. We thought we'd go ahead and give that a try since I use a lot of organic compost. We have watermelon down here. Now on both sides of this watermelon I did plant a Yukon Gold and those two little, I don't know what you want to call them, valleys, ridges, I'm not really sure. But I have not seen anything from those yet because we get so much water down here. I'm almost wondering if they didn't flood out. But the watermelon plants are just loving it. A couple of those I bought, the rest I grew myself. Some more watermelon spots. This is empty right now. I still got to fill this in. It's been getting so hot the last few days that it's not going as fast as it normally does as far as putting everything in. Yes, I put these peppers. These are all peppers. These are sweet peppers and basil together. I did do them closer because I have heard from another channel that I was watching that they actually like to touch and they do better if their leaves touch. So I'm trying that this year. I've never done that before. I've always planted them farther apart. So I am going to give that a go ahead and see how that turns out. So lots of marigolds in here, which I use for my chickens. Love them. In moderation, of course. Not good for them, a lot of them. I've got all these sections here, getting ready to put more tomatoes in. Which I built those cages myself. They're so much easier. And all these are all different varieties of hot peppers. So I have those separated from the sweet peppers. Add some basil in there. We have some Rose heirloom tomatoes. They're not huge yet, but again, it's still early. We have our squash. This is, let's see, look at the straight neck. Those are doing pretty well. These are our zucchini. These are ones I started inside. These did really well inside this year. I'm just not sure why. My tomatoes usually are just massive by the time I bring them out. This year, they died off a couple of times and I had to replant. I'm not sure why. We got a little marigold there in the front row there. Help them out a little bit. And I got two different varieties. Here we got Black Beauty. And then I'm trying a new variety this year. It's Zucchini Round. So I'm going to put one of those in. I just want to see. We love zucchini, so I'm sure we'll love that. Here I went ahead and put in, because there is some shading in the afternoon right at the end. This whole row is tomato in the middle. So it can go right up that cattle panel there. And I can kind of attach it there for good support. And then we have carrots spread on either side. And then we have two basil plants over there. We'll see how those do. I try to use interplanting of beneficial companion planting to try and keep insect levels down, bring in beneficial bugs. We're still not done. We're still working on it. This is what we have done so far. Love to put in some herb gardens in here. Put my greenhouse back in there. We have fruit trees back there. We lost 3 of them this year. 3 or 4 of them this year. Now all we got back there now is a plum and 2 apple trees that survived. I know we got a lot of random trees back there that could be just crowding everything out. Just kind of shading it too much. But in the front up there we have, right where that sunny section is, we have pear trees, different varieties of pear trees, which are doing wonderful. There's those pear trees I was just telling you about. I decided to put a pineapple dwarf. I've never grown one of those before. Tried one of those. We got some standard kefir. I'm not sure. Again, the tags are gone now. We did have everything marked, but we have so many deer in this area that we really have to watch anything we put out because they take it. So we are going to put something around those trees to protect them from the deer and all the other animals we get out here. Up here we just put in this year 7, I think it's 7 at this point, 7 sour cherries and 7 all the way over there sweet cherries along the whole drive there. They are doing well, even though we had a freeze that kind of froze them out, and we're not too sure that we're going to get anything this year just because it's so late now and they've had a freeze couple weird frosts on them that made them start kind of, as you can see, they're having to start over. So we're not going to get anything this year from them, but we are hopeful that if we don't have this freeze like we did this year, that was just a random beginning of the year freeze, we're just happy that they're coming back from that freeze. We're happy that they're still living. Anyone can tell you, your trees still, fresh trees you put in, live through a freeze. Freeze out, I mean, it's a good thing. We've lost so many different varieties of trees due to different freezing in our area. I mean, we're in Indiana, so we never know what weather we're gonna get. It just kind of, let's see, they're doing lots of leaves on that one. And I believe these are the sour cherries. I'm not sure. Variety, we have friends that have so many of these that my husband just went, and they went through their property and in those designated sections for sour and cherry, and they went and dug everything up, transplanted what we needed, and brought them over here. We have wonderful, wonderful friends that do that. And you know, if they need something, we will do what we can do. Oh, we're getting a good show today. Those were not open at all yesterday. They were very tightly closed. This is their kids' flower garden that they wanted to put in. Those are just beautiful. Yeah, they gotta come down and do a little weeding, but we got some lavender in there, and a lot of this we've transplanted from different areas of the yard and just kind of put it in one spot. Oh, that looks so beautiful. And different colors in there. We had tulips in here, and the kids put little houses and stuff they think the insects will like. They're definitely just bringing in the bees up here. And with those cherry trees, and pear trees and everything, it's just perfect. So, this is signing off. I just want to say have a great day. Gardening is definitely my stress relief. Anyone who works any job at this point knows you need something to just de-stress. And gardening is definitely, that's what does it for me. It just de-stresses me. So you'll have a great day, and talk to you later.